I never know when this actually starts because it looks like it starts and then it don't start. All right, so we're going to do a collective reading. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Chatty Chick. It's been a minute since I've seen you. We're going to start off collective and then whatever it leads into. So when I start off collective, that's just like what everybody is working through in the collective, right? Masculines and feminines. Holy Spirit, Angel, guys, what do we have for Blue Butterfly? We have Soul. Okay, so this is good. That's pretty much the Sun card, right? So it feels like truth is coming up. It feels like happiness is coming up. Joy, peace. But this happiness is coming from a choice of moving in a new direction. So wherever the collective is in their energy, they're choosing a different path to their destination, right? And we see how we had the sun come out. This is the path. This is the sun in the background. So wherever they're going, they're gonna begin to feel happy. They're getting excited about the new beginning because we create those new beginnings. And we can choose a different direction at any time, right? If we're not satisfied with where we are, or if we don't like how something has been going, we can move in a different direction. Okay, what else? Transformation. We have transformation. So this new path is because someone is shifting their energy, but their energy is changing. It's leading up to a transformation, or they have been transforming. Hidden secrets have become exposed, or they are coming out. But someone's also going down the path of the unknown, right? Even if they don't know where the outcome is going to lead, they're still choosing to go down this new direction. So for someone, it could be that the choices they were scared to make in the past of their comfort zone, they're leaving it. So it's like if they weren't choosing the partnership that they really desired, but they were holding back because of what other people would think, or considering others before making their choices, it seems like they're getting brave enough to just go where they want to go, right? This is also somebody who wants to go down a different career path. It's like, maybe I was scared to invest in my skills, my talents, the thing that actually calls my heart. But now I'm getting ready to walk down that path. I'm ready to start building this. And then we have cycles. But whatever it is, a cycle has ended. A cycle is ending, and a new one is beginning. But this is a pattern that has been broken within the collective, within oneself. So I feel like self-expression is coming up. Someone could be changing their style, their wardrobe. Someone can be learning how to express themselves. They're ready to be seen. Someone's also learning how to go with the flow, but be true to their feelings, their emotions. Some are tapping into their gifts, their abilities. But again, it's a new path for them. So even if they've been aware of their gifts before and their abilities, it's been in heightened. I think that's the right word. So it's like the gift is growing. So someone's cultivating it, making it stronger. I feel like somebody is also coming in to offer a gift because someone sees someone as a gift. Someone also have a gift that they're meant to express, to share with the world. We have reflect. So there's been a lot of reflecting. This is what has been leading to this new direction, this new path. Hey, everybody. Is this reflecting, right? And that reflection has led to this cycle closing out, and it's led to insight on how to create the new reality. Because sometimes what keeps you stagnant is not knowing how to get to where you actually really want to go, or not knowing where you want to go. You get me? Or if it's even doable, achievable. Because what was stopping somebody was the fact that they didn't know. They didn't know what the outcome will be, right? So someone could be having an awakening too. Well, everyone's having an awakening. It's just some people are awakening for the very first time and like in what life has to offer. Thank you, Emily. That is so cute. Hi, Dennis or Denise. Hi, Anne. Hi, Nikki. So we have luck. So good luck is also coming in. Some of you guys could be feeling lucky. Okay, this is good energy. So for some of you guys, money is coming in unexpectedly, right? And it's because you've been working on yourself. You've been working on your... Okay. Let me pause this person. So you guys, I do collective readings. Please don't ask me to read on your energy. It's distracting. It takes away from the flow of the collective because I don't do personals on lives, and I'm not reading for just one particular person. I only do collective readings. So if you guys do that, I will block you from talking in the chat. Hi, Marissa. Yeah, someone's been self-reflecting a lot. So they've been making changes in their life. And if they've been making changes in their money and how they go about money, how they see money, pursue money, because money is also an energy, right? And the more you come out of that energy of lack within yourself, the more you attract it, because you go out there and you get it, you figure it out, and you stop telling yourself like I don't have enough. It becomes like I know I'm going to have this, even if it's going to take time. So the mindset begins to shift. But I feel like someone's going to run into some financial gains. And then we have growth and we have fire. There's a lot of growth. So this is good energy that's coming out for the collective. The energy is shifting. Okay, we're leaving behind the stagnancy. And spring is coming up. So in spring, you know, seeds are planted, but that's when you will begin to see growth as well. And then you'll reap those blessings. I think around autumn, that's when you harvest it. That's the harvesting season. So this new path, this new direction is going to be one filled with passion. So some of you guys might be going on this journey where you're like, I want to be alone. I want to explore my options. I want to be creative, and I want to just be passionate about life, gaining that back. But I feel like most of all, you're going to be enjoying your peace, your solitude. You're not worried about being in one specific relationship. You're kind of allowing the universe to take you where that passion is fueled, right? It doesn't mean you have to have sex, but if you want to, that's okay. But it's like, it's just about having fun. I feel like the energy is fun. Let's do a couple more and then we'll get into the tarot. Ooh, I want to sneeze. At the top of the deck, we have you're meant to be together. What do we have, Holy Spirit? Oh, it wanted to come out, so I'm going to take it. You're meant to be together. This could be someone that you're going to meet on your journey. We have trying to mimic you. Ooh-wee. That could be someone who is trying to be like you. Someone who wants what you have. We have karmic is spying. So, I mean, if you guys are in tune with your energy, you could probably, you're most likely able to feel these energies. So I feel like it's the karmic that's spying, that's trying to mimic you. Someone studying you, studying your moves, studying, like, trying to figure out where you are. Maybe they might be trying to mimic you because they want to come in as what they think you want, to kind of like trick you. So be aware of that. Be warned. Thank you, Sanja. I hope that's how you say your name. You laughing at Emily? I was laughing at Emily too. I was like, "Oh, girl, she trying to get the draws. She just came in here with a hot little comment." I don't know, Matthew. I'm not into politics or none of that stuff. I'm a tarot reader. But yeah, we got somebody who's trying to mimic you. I don't feel like it's the person you're meant to be with. That's a different person. This could be someone you're leaving behind, right? Because you are going in a new direction. You're going down a different path. You've closed out this cycle. So I feel like it's the karmic. So whoever you were dealing with, that person was karmic. And they're trying to make you believe you're meant to be together. But it's only because they're trying to mimic you. You'll notice it, right? Because when this person starts talking to you and then you start seeing that mask is slipping, then you'll know it's the karmic trying to mimic you. You're so fine to me. Somebody think you look good. They're attracted to you. That passionate energy. We have missing you. Somebody's missing you. I feel like this is the energy of the person who feels like, well, not the karmic, but the person you're meant to be with. But like I said, some of you guys might just be meeting this person. This might be the first time, because if you're leaving the karmic situation, you haven't met this person yet. But this is how it's going to go. Those of you guys that already left that karmic person, already met this person that's missing you, you know who they are too. So it's two energies here. We have this connection is safe. So this is the person that misses you, the one that you're meant to be with. And then we have not interested in you. I feel like this is the karmic who's spying. They're not interested in you because you have something they want. They're interested in something you want. We got I want to fuck you. I feel like it's that karmic. I mean, it's this person that you're meant to be with too. Because remember, you're going on a passionate journey. But that past person definitely, they want your body. They want what you have. Like, they want your energy. I'm getting energy vampire. Hi, coach. I'm getting energy vampire. Someone new is coming in. I'm so excited for y'all. So y'all, leave the past behind, okay? We're done with the past. Y'all closed out that cycle. They're not interested in you for real. They're interested in your energy. They want to steal your energy. They like you. Like yes, they like you're the best, but at the same time, this person is competitive with you. Like even if it's a romantic situation, they want you for themselves, but they're really insecure. They're jealous. They wish they had your confidence. They wish they had the ability to attract the way that you do. I mean, it's given twin flame. It's given twin flame. But they have to force their way into things. So it's like, that's how they get things, by tricking people, right? That's how they got you. They got you because they were mimicking you and you thought that they were real, but they were studying you. they're trying to get you again. So that's why Spirit is saying they're not interested in you, because they make you feel like it's love. They make you feel like we haven't gotten to the tarot yet. We read in the collective part. They make you feel like they're gonna be there. They're real, but then they end up showing you how they're unreliable, how they keep repeating the same cycle. You get me? Because they're studying you, because they're trying to trick you every time to give them another opportunity. So they watch you. They watch you a lot. They're always studying what you're doing. And they're passionate about you. So I feel like through sleeping with this person is how they siphon your energy. That's why if you feel drained and you feel weak and you feel like unmotivated, and if you feel guilty, even if like you want to go somewhere else and you feel guilty after dealing with this person, that's not your counterpart. That's the karmic, because your counterpart don't make you feel like that. The karmic make you feel, they make you feel like you're trapped, like you're in this prison, because it is the trap. It's like they're not real. They're siphoned. They want your energy. They don't want you for real. They want what you have. You get me? Because if you notice too, like my ex-husband, we were karmics to each other, right? So he's not a bad person. But what I realized was like I was always drained because he was so negative in his perspective. And I was always trying to be positive, but it was always draining me. Like, and he didn't support my dreams, but I always supported whatever he wanted to do. But it was like I always had to fight between the things that I wanted and him. It just seemed like I was there to serve him. You get me? But it always made me feel drained every single day. Like I used to hate when he came home. Now we're good, but I worry about my daughters because I feel like sometimes they probably feel that energy too from him. He's working through it though, because he's in a karmic space. But it's like some people do it intentionally and some people don't do it intentionally, because it's a spiritual thing. It's just something that they're not really aware of all the time. But the ones that are aware of it, like, they know how to hook you. But the ones that aren't aware of it, it's just where they are. Like, and you have to make that choice to leave, or they're going to keep siphoning your energy and holding you down, right? So that's that energy. It's like, I feel like they get your energy through sex. After sex with this person, you feel drained. Now, the person that you're meant to be with, right? That's the person you're going to meet on this new direction. The connection is safe. They're going to think that you're very attractive. And like I said, those of you guys that you've been breaking the cycle with this karmic, someone new is coming in, which is this person you're meant to be with. So you guys have been hearing this person in my storylines, but you haven't met them yet. You're about to meet them in in 1 month for some of you guys. That's the timeline. See, I'm telling you, Spirit trying to get y'all to see, understand. Somebody new is coming. That's going to probably most likely be your person. What else? Boy, we got a true emperor. That's your person. You're about to meet your true emperor in 1 month. Now, like I said, those of you guys that already broke this cycle, you're done with that karmic. You already went through this journey with this new person. You're not meeting a new love. You're meeting your past person, which is the emperor, because they're missing you. But now they're ready because they're in that emperor energy and you're in that empress energy. So it's time for union for you guys. You get me? So same collective, different cycles. Some are graduating, some are just now beginning. So now y'all got that. See, you can't trust this person. This the past person. That's that karmic spine. Forgive them and move on. Spirit telling y'all. But, you know, that's going to resonate with your intuition if you you resonate with it. But the true Emperor is coming in. And for those of you guys that are masculine, of course, that's the true Empress. You're going to meet your Empress, right? All right, so now we're going to get into the tarot, that we got that overall energy. Thank you, Philip. I'm still trying to sit with this tattoo because I'm indecisive. Like, I don't know if I was trying to keep this star and make it work, but some days I like it, some days I don't. And I'm like, should I just remove that? Go get the tattoo removed. But I've been talking to my artist. I think the moon too, like maybe because the way I was laying down, he thought it was like this. Because, you know, it's hard tattooing and you have to stretch the skin. I'm going to tell him to pull that down a little bit because the moon don't really look crescent. Like it looks, my mom thought it was a pepper. She was like, is that a pepper? I was like, no, it's supposed to be a moon. But he's a good artist. Like his work is good. You get me? And I like how it's like cartoony, but the vibe of the tattoo, it's just, I think it's the star that was throwing it off. But I wanted to keep the star, so we're going to see if we can make it work, or I'm going to either get it covered up again, or I'm going to get it laser removed. But I don't know, because I'm trying to figure out the flow of the rest of the tattoos that I want to get, because I want to get a sleeve. But I'm indecisive. Like I said, some days I like it. Some days I'm just like, I don't know. And I need to just sit with it because I realized, like, I didn't know I was that indecisive. But it's because I'm also a perfectionist. And I think because this tattoo is the direction for me, the journey, it's like, you know, it's permanent. So then I'm like, let me sit and think before, like, rushing into it, because I'm excited to do it. Like, and I think that's where I'm like, you know, sometimes you just need to trust the process too. And that's what I'm learning. Like, maybe I might need to trust my artist, you know, but I already told him how I felt about it. And he was like, okay, when you come in again, because I'm going to come back in next week to do the second layer with the red, because he had already told me that it might fade. And it did, but not too bad. So we're going to do that. And then he was like, we could talk about this one and then the direction of the other ones. And then we could see if we could fix it or what we need to do. So I was like, okay, that makes me feel better. But see, it's like, it's always important. Like, you have artists in different directions. You get me? Like, even me, when I do personals with you guys, like, I have a specific, like, what I can offer. You get me? And it's like, it's my job to guide you guys through that. But if I can't do it, I can't do it. Or if it's not what I feel comfortable offering, I won't tell you yes just to take your money. Like, because I'm looking out for your best interest. So it's like, that's the connection that I'm building with my artists, where it's like, you hear my concerns, because I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to get on your nerves because I'm indecisive. One minute I'm going to tell you I don't like it. The next minute I'm going to tell you maybe I do. But he's like, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you, facial. Fascia. Hi, Yvette. Oh, thank you, Paige. You like it? Yeah, I'm trying. I think I need to just get used to it and stop being, like, obsessive about it. Because the idea was there. You get me? But anyways, let's get into the tarot. But thank you, guys. That makes me feel good. I got 2 compliments. All right, so tell me about this energy. Ooh, we got the mob. What the hell? Why is the mob here? Feels like there's a couple people angry at y'all. Why is the mob here? Temperance sideways. Oh, they're mad because you guys are choosing this new path. It's like your life is elevating. Your life is changing. Your life is enhancing. You rising. Okay. So it's like your light is beginning to shine. Before, you were a little bit more laid back, right? So even if your light was there, people would just try to take hold of it, like like you're the listening friend. You're the one that people come to when they have problems and they know that you're going to listen. Or maybe you're the friend who can do a lot, so people always come to you and they want your services, and they even get it for free because you have a good heart. You get me? And and it's like now you're starting to stand up for yourself, where it's just like, you know what, I don't have the time, or I don't mind doing it for you, but I'm charging now. You get me? Because it's like time is energy, you know? And you don't always have it to just give out like that. So it's like, it's about you being balanced. It's about reciprocating. It's not mean to do that, because it's like, if I'm going to give you this, it needs to be worth my time, because like I'm losing something giving this to you. So even if it's bartering, it's like, okay, if I do your makeup, then that means you should be able to do a photo shoot for me for free. But I can't just do your makeup every time you ask me anymore. Like, especially when I have this going on and that going on and that going on. You either got to give me something or it got to fit me too. So you guys are more in that energy where you're trying to balance out your life. But it's not personal to them. Because it could be hard for you to do that as well. Right? Because that takes bravery. But they're taking it personal, because it's like people really show their ass when you start choosing yourself, because it's like, how dare you take away from me what you've given to me? Because they like what you was giving them, right? Hi, boss lady, you back? I'm glad you guys are on. I'm happy to see y'all. Hi, Terry. Yep, and that's good. It's good. It's good to pull back your energy and not help people spiritually, because you don't have to. A lot of times they're just there to take. Whenever they take, they get that karma, because you're actually giving from your heart. Hi, 9695. I don't know how to say the first part. Oh, you in Atlanta? Woo! I'm gonna be in there in March. I'm gonna be out there in March. But oh yeah, we got Eight of Swords, we got Ace of Cups. These are people who made you feel trapped. You're pulling your energy away from them. So this is friends, this is family, this is lovers. You've been withdrawn because you're tired. You finally gotten to the point where you're like, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of always giving my time and energy to things, because at the end of the day, it's like, when I'm drowning, nobody's saving me. Nobody's offering me a helping hand. Nobody is showing up for me the way I show up for them. So I feel like you guys are trying not to lose, like, the love of giving, because you guys are natural givers. You love to give. You get me? You don't do it because you expect something in return, or you want something in return. You truly do it from that heart space of love. But the thing is that people take advantage of it. So you're trying to find that balance between giving and not being angry and not being like everybody else. Because I think you guys are very considerate. You think about yourself times that you're in need, you know, and it's like, you know what that feels like. You can relate. So you want to always be available for the universe to use you. But if your heart get cold, if you stop finding that love to give, you know that it'll shut off, and then you'll be like everybody else. But you don't want to do that. But you're tired of being in this space where you're taken advantage of, where you're always left alone. And it's like, I feel like a lot of you guys don't feel like you can talk to anybody about your problems, right? People come to you with theirs. But even when you're drowning, you act like everything is okay and nobody is there. But you don't even feel comfortable talking to these people, because something in you tells you no. Because you know that once they have this information, when they get upset, they will use it against you. That's your intuition. And that's an indicator, and this is what you guys have been having to learn. that's an indicator that you cannot trust them, because if you feel you have to hold back, it's for a reason. You already intuitively know that person's nature. It's like a snake that's pretending to be a lion. You get me? That's loud. A snake can't really disguise as a lion, because it's like it doesn't even have the same body. It doesn't even have the same makeup. So it's like, but you could pretend with that person like, oh yeah, they're a lion, but you know they're a snake. You get me? But the snake think it's fooling you because you're letting it think that it's a lion. And some of that is also your protection. That's like that's how you get away with finding out the truth about people, is because you pretend with them. But see, that's the reflection as well, right? Because it's like, if you're around people that are fake and you're having to be fake, that's the thing. It's like you're not being fake in the way that they're being fake. You're being fake to survive, but you don't want to have to be fake. You don't want to have to pretend like you're not who you are, like you don't see what you see, like y'all on the same level, because y'all not. You get me? So I feel like that's where y'all at. Y'all tired. So these same people are mad. And I think that was a part of why your soul was always kind of scared to leave that place, or took so long to leave where you were at, was because you already knew that when you chose yourself, people were going to feel some type of way. And you didn't want that to happen. So I do feel like you guys are seers. You guys are earth angels too, right? So you're just different. You've always been different. And I think you knew that, but I think now, so more than ever, you're starting to really realize, like, I'm really different. Thank you, 9695. I'm so excited. It's so crazy how mad people get when you choose to withhold after giving so much to them. Glorilla and her sister beefing right now. That's crazy. Yep. And see, it's just like that. It's like when you start going to the top, they work for that. Like, it don't matter if that's your family. Like, they work for that. So how dare you get mad that people don't want to share their abundance with you? Because a lot of times it's not that they don't want to share it. I think they get greedy and they expect you to keep giving to them, because it's like, oh, you got all this money, so pay my house bill, pay my mortgage, pay my... No, bitch, go to work just like I do. I'm like, I didn't make this money for me and you. Like, I don't have to. You get me? And I think that's when it's like, yeah, it's that expectation. It's that it's not appreciative. It's expected. And that's what makes y'all mad. It's not the fact that you give, but it's the fact that you get taken advantage of and you don't want that. Your signal tripping, Paige? Is it still tripping? Yes, I have to play stupid. And that's how you get away. That's why when you really pop out, they get scared. They like, what? So they're mad that you guys are moving right now, but I don't think your light has even begun to shine, because you guys are going on this new journey. Hey, honey. Thank you, boss lady. All right, what else? See, this is y'all. So whether you're masculine, whether you're male or female, you guys are in your masculine energy. So within the masculine energy, you're taking charge. You're stepping into your leadership role. Okay, you good. Yep, they don't be reciprocating. So you're stepping into your leadership role, right? And the thing is, y'all moving in the direction of getting a lot of attention. You're going to attract a lot of attention because you have a voice. So people think they mad now. People think they're mad now. Because remember, you're going on a new path, a new direction. So your outcome is going to be you being this person in control, in charge. You're influential, right? So it's like these people are mad about it because why her? Why him? What they got that I don't? You get me? And then it makes them feel stuck, and it makes them feel all kinds of way, jealousy, angry, resentment. They feel like you took something from them, and it's like, you didn't take nothing from them. You did the work, right? Or you're going to do the work. So spirit is like taking you on this journey to build yourself up and your person, because you and your person is connected. That's why there's somebody that you're meant to be with. But it don't mean when you meet this person, everything is going to be ready for union. Like, you guys are going to meet each other, but you guys are both leaders. So this is also an indicator of who your person is. They are a leader like you. So if the karmic didn't have those qualities, or they did have those qualities but they used it in a selfish way, an arrogant way, that's not your counterpart. Your counterpart is just like you. They're being built up though, but you might not recognize that when you meet them. So they're going to go through the same thing that you go through. They're going to go through these people being envious, jealous. They're going to have to shed that people pleasing in them, all of that, right? And when they meet you, you might be in further along than they are, because of what you learned. If you're the divine feminine energy, the divine feminine is typically ahead. So you'll be further along in your journey than they are. They'll be right behind you though, right? So that's what I'm saying, you might not think that they're your person, but it will be revealed over time. So standing in your power, seeing people be attracted to you, people liking you because you guys are likable. Ooh, it's gonna have these people pissed off. Why are these people so mad? Why are they so mad at Blue Butterfly? Because they karmic. We got the devil. They're envious about it's like they're jealous of your freedom. Because a lot of people are they're attached to attachments. They're attached to toxic things. So they didn't have the freedom to pull away from it. Like I'm telling y'all, we all connected and we're all the same. We might not experience it. I feel like the chosen ones, the collective, we don't react to it the same way other people do, but we all experience jealousy. We all experience karmic situations. We've all been karmic. Like, you get me? So it's not the fact that people are in these spaces, it's the fact that they don't have the strength to move through it. But we don't respond that way, because if we recognize we're jealous, it's like, why am I jealous if I love this person? Oh, I'm not jealous from them. I'm actually happy for them, but I'm sad that I'm not where I feel like I should be because I'm not doing enough work. Well, let me go do some freaking work so I could get where I want to go. Not because I want what they have, but it triggered me to understand that I'm not doing enough. That's how you're supposed to use that trigger, because everybody gets triggered. That's normal. Is what you do with that trigger. And then some people get triggered and they just feel like, oh my God. And then they start having this self-pity party, and now they're mad at you for having this success that you worked for. That's like, you crazy. How are you mad at somebody that worked for that? That's crazy. So it's like they're in karmic cycles, right? With justice. They're in karmic cycles because they're stuck in their karmic attachments. Some of them are in relationships that they're miserable in, but they're not strong enough to move out of it. But they mad you got your freedom. You get me? So it's like they're not mad at you. They're mad at themselves, but they're projecting it on you. And those are the things that spirit wants you to move through, because it's not your responsibility to heal people and make them do what they need to do for themselves. Like, they have to do that. They have to fight their battles, their war. You get me? And they could grow with you, but a lot of them are in self-pity. They cry, woe me, like, I'm so brokenhearted. I don't ever get anything, instead of taking charge over the direction of their life. So that's what makes them karmic. Not that they're incapable of growth. They just choose to be in that energy of being stuck rather than finding a way out. You found a way out because when spirit put out his hand and called you, you listened, you answered, right? That's what the Bible says. Many will be called, but few will respond to that calling, right? Few will be saved. So it's the same thing. Everybody's called, but not, a lot of people don't listen because they don't want to do the work. We are a reflection of the work they have yet done. Our absence in their lives proves they are still codependent in nature. Yep. They're envious of the growth. Yep. So I feel like the new journey you guys are going on with you and your counterpart, right? This is why you guys are going to meet, is that you're letting go of this. You're like, and it's going to take time. This is not going to happen all at once. I'll tell y'all that right now. If y'all just waking up, if you guys are just now moving through this journey, you're going to meet a soul tribe, and then you're going to learn from that experience. You have platonic twin flames as well. So you're going to have a best friend that's going to reflect you. It's like, dang, me and this person's so similar. Then you realize, damn, they're more karmic than I am, because they're like me, but I'm like the better version of them. So this is why they hate me. Because instead of them learning from me, they want what I have. So now the competition starts. You get me? Eventually, you're going to meet the right soulmate, the right twin flame, just like counterparts. It's like you have that in friendships as well. So everything is a reflection of you in every part of your life. So if your job sucks, your relationships suck, it all sucks. When that energy starts changing, your jobs start getting better, your love life get better, your family connections get better, your friendship get better. So you're dealing with karmic things that are a reflection of what you're needing to heal, right? But again, you guys are breaking this cycle. Some of you guys already broke it, but it's like, I'm done with this people-pleasing energy, and I'm more now becoming self-serving, not out of selfishness, but out of protection, out of knowing that I'm important, knowing my worth, and what I want to attract into my life. Because if I love myself and I care for myself, I'm going to attract other people who see that value in me, right? Because this is what I'm putting out there. I'm not settling for this, or I don't feel like I'm the one that has to give everything of myself in order for things to work. You're carrying other people's burdens, their loads. It's not your job. That's good, Stephanie. You don't get back into that. So that's the change. I love that. And you guys are manifesting even through the struggle, because some of you guys are struggling right now. Your load is very heavy. But see, the load is going to get lighter and lighter as you drop the responsibility of these connections. So some of you guys are having this tower moment where you're realizing, like, I really need to be alone. I need to be in my own space, my own bubble. I need to understand who I am and work on that, work on my money, work on, because you could even be successful now in your finances, but maybe you realize that you want to open up like a spiritual center, right? Or you've always had a dream of really having a bookstore. It could be anything, but it's the fact that now you feel more confident enough to go after that and to actually try, even if it's scary. You get me? Because you're in the position to create it. It's just going to be a new chapter of your life. But when you're focusing on you and your mission in that, now things, it become more about you than everything going on around you. And you only care about working with people who have your best interests in mind, right? So now we're going to look into this person, this person you meant to be with. Yep, doing the work. They mad because they want to move like me, but they don't have the same drive like me. I try to tell them, you can't be me because I'm me. You got to be you, period. And when y'all step into that, that's what makes you powerful, because you realize your authenticity is what makes you unique. That you have a blueprint nobody else have. Like, even us, we're similar, but we're still uniquely different. And that's crazy, right? Like, it's like a contradiction, but it's beautiful, because that's what it is to resonate. That's what it is to find your collective. Like, us tarot readers, we're reading the same story, but some of it is different because we have different realities of it. We have readers that are reading the same storyline, but they're reading the karmic version of it, where it sounds like it's the counterpart, but it's really a karmic they're talking about because it's toxic. But it sounds like this, but that's a version of this. You get me? And it's another reader where they're having a version of it too. But when you find the right readers, like I tell y'all, if y'all like me, y'all would like Kate. Kate Regretless Life, right? Because she's the one that I learned from. And I didn't take a course. She don't offer that type of stuff. I just, when I started watching tarot, I came across her and I watched her storyline readings. And that's how I got the idea of, oh, I want to do my readings like a storyline. Like, that makes sense, right? Because I already saw past, present, future as a reader. And me being a creative, it just made sense because it's like I'm also an actress, right? So the storyline made it more magical. It made it more make sense. And then Spirit gave me the concept of your job is to lead twin flames, counterparts, because you're meant to bring couples into unions, but the right union. So you need to navigate them through the journey and put it all together. And like, you're not just reading sporadic stories, you're reading stories for the specific group that's going through that growth. So it's like when you step into your authenticity, it don't matter what everybody else is doing, you're still going to stand out in your own way because that was given to you. You get me? And that, just like y'all see me show up and y'all like that, that's the same thing y'all have for what you do, but you're just stepping into it now. Like, you're being called into it. So when y'all get out there and y'all start putting yourself out there, y'all gonna be a beast. I always knew I was chosen. I felt it. You're going to know because you will feel it. You're going to know it since like forever. But that's why you guys also had like the hardest life. You get me? Like, it just always seemed like you never fit in. It don't matter how much you tried. Like, you always stood out because you were always meant to stand out. All right, so tell us about the counterpart. Exactly. Them, and a lot of people be stuck. I know because I put myself in you guys' shoes because I was once the audience. You get me? Like when I awakened to the spiritual realm, I was like, tarot? Oh my God. Like, I was so, and then it's like you get addicted to it. Now it's like religious. It's your church every day. You looking. Your favorite reader don't post. Where my reader at? You get me? And it's like you holding on to every word. Because I remember I was holding on to every word until it finally was clicking like, this ain't coming in for me. But I never thought it wasn't real. I just thought something was wrong. So I started looking at myself more. And then I noticed that like, oh, I'm psychic. And now I'm doing my own readings and I'm seeing the future. And then the future is actually happening, the thing that I read about. But it's not the time that I thought it was going to read about. So those readers weren't lying. It just wasn't your time. But because you don't know what the journey is, you're just expecting everything to be on that timing right then and there. So that's why I was like, I'll be telling y'all, I don't do timelines. I think a lot of readers are psychic. Like, they're reading because they're reading collective energy. So it's like you got people in different spaces, but people aren't explaining that. So you hear the reading and it sounds like it resonate, but it resonate because you're in that cycle, but you're in a different stage of that cycle. So it sounds like you're already there, but you're not there yet, because when you actually get to that cycle, it's going to hit you different. The reason why we resonate all at the same time is because, like, okay, an example is right now, the collective in general is going in a new direction. Everybody. So that's true, but we're not all in the same space. Some people are just awakening. So their direction is, I see God differently. I don't see God as the God that I grew up in church. I see God in me. I see God expansive, big. There's no right or wrong. There's no heaven or hell. That's a new awakening, right? So that's a new direction. Now these people are going to go on their path and discover a world of people who are gifted and have abilities, and it's not fake. Some people can move objects with their mind because they have that telekinesis, like it's real. You get me? I've moved the clouds with my hands. I've done it, so I know it's real. But it's like you got to be in this type of meditative state to do that type of stuff. But it's like we're powerful. You get me? some people are moving in a new direction, but we got the masculines who's been scared and been focused on their image. They're now letting that go, so they're becoming more humble, and they're more pursuing what they really want regardless of image. They're now pursuing the more spiritual path. Then you have some people who just made it to their financial success, so now they're about to embark on that journey and cultivate that. You get me? So it's like, but we're all learning the same lesson. It's just a different stage of your cycle. So it's like, that's why I be telling y'all, listen to the energy that I'm reading, because once you have the information, when that timeline come up, you'll be able to discern because you already have the information. It just sounds like it's applying in this moment. But some things aren't. Some things are and some things aren't. But y'all get it? Y'all get it more and more so now? Exactly. It's different but similar. Yep. I've been feeling real life X-Men. It's so true. Yes. I'm so excited every time I pull out my cards. Yes, and it's like bond with your cards, because it's like once you connect that bond, that's your bond to spirit, especially those that are called to be readers. Like, everybody have their gifts, and those gifts connect you to your higher self. Your higher self is God. You are God. So it's a hard thing to wrap around your head for some people, but it's because we're deprogramming. But when you become free, God is going to show you that. Like, I hardly ever say God anymore. You get me? I say higher self, because that's just where I am in my journey, where it's like, I know that I'm a goddess. I am God. And I don't mean that in like blasphemy or a boastful way, because I was in Christianity, you get me, for 10 years. And I studied the doctrine and I lived that life. But the most I ever connected to God was when I accepted that I was. Like, I never forget one day this was when I just really awakened, and I was in the shower. Because, that's where we begin our downloads, that water. So I was in the shower, and this was my first twin flame, my first love. Not my shadow twin, I hadn't met him yet. But my first twin flame, I was hooked on him, stuck on him. And I was like, Spirit, we gonna be together? Like, are we gonna come together this time? Because at this point, I was 29, and I came back to give him that last opportunity, right? And I'm thinking he gonna choose me this time, because this went on since I was 14, that runner chaser. Got married, everything, but I came back. So, I just remember Spirit telling me, like, that voice was like, it didn't tell me yes or no. It was just like, you already know the answer. You get me? And it was like, but the answer was like, you already know the answer, but you don't want to accept it. It wasn't what I wanted to hear. It wasn't, and I felt that in my chest. It was like, deep down inside, I know it's a no. They're not right for me, but because I want it, I want to believe it's right for me. But even my damn spirit on the inside is telling me, you already know the answer. You know, you're not supposed to be with this person. And then a couple months later, it finally got to that point where it was just like, that was the last straw. You get me? That broke me to really like awaken and go on my journey. And then I met the shadow twin. So it was like, and dealing with the shadow twin took away my love for that twin, because it was like, the shadow twin mimicked me, so he gave me what that twin didn't give me, what I was begging for that twin. So that's why I fell for the shadow twin, not knowing he was mimicking me. And then, but I still had different standards for myself, you get me? But it's like, my cards, me connecting to my cards my cards always told me the truth. And even when I wasn't the best of a reader, to me, my intuition was always right. Because when you first starting to do readings on yourself, like for me, I got a bunch of different scenarios. So I was like, one of these scenarios are going to play out. I hope it's not this one, but one is going to play out. And when one would play out, I would know this is the direction that we're going. So I got better at listening to my intuition, because my intuition already knew which outcome it was going to be. But I was like, I don't think it's that. Da, 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 da. So you got to go and learn how to trust your intuition. Like, You know what it is. So even when I met my twin flame, I was doing readings on us. That's why I knew his love was real, because it said it in the reading. But Spirit always told me, this is not going to last. This is just pure romance. This is just passion. This is not going to get off the ground. Somebody's wearing a mask. And I just did not want to listen to that, because I was like, oh, I was being all delusional. And I was like, oh, the mask is that, like, he has to leave this community behind. And like he's wearing this facade that like he's happy being this person to them, not knowing and realizing Spirit was saying he's wearing a mask with me. You get me? Like, because I didn't want to accept that, but after everything fell apart, I was like, damn, I always knew, but I didn't want to believe that. I didn't want to believe that outcome. Bye, Stephanie. Good night. That's how I feel. Never felt like a reader. I'm a feeler. Feel my cards. I don't read them. And that's the best way. Like, just looking at the pictures, all of that. And them cards don't lie. Spirit be on my case. I be laughing, but be so true. The message. I'm still studying, but it's so cool. I love it. Girl, I'm telling you, like, but even in the point where you're studying, I feel like that's the best time with Spirit, because just connecting to your cards is a whole journey in itself. But that's you and God. You get me? Like, not what nobody else tell you. That's you and God right there. But however that works for you, because some people get dreams. Some people don't need cards. Like, some people just have that connection with, some people hear voices. But however that comes in for you. Yeah, because we are part of the same collective, poet. Yep, so many lessons learned. But all right, let's ask about the masculine. Holy Spirit angel guys, what do we have for the masculines? The divine masculine, the counterpart. Okay, we have the hermit. We have the magician. So I feel like they're soul searching right now. They're also manifesting. What are they manifesting? Oh, we got 5 of Wands. So I would feel like they're going through a lot of conflicts in their life right now. But I do feel like they've manifested this. So they're asking themselves, why have I created all this beef in my life? Like, because sometimes it's like they're beginning to take accountability for what they've attracted or what they've allowed, right? It's been a slow realization, but they're also learning how to be more independent. Nine of Pentacles. So this is why him and the feminine are going to run into each other in their path, because what she's separating from, he's also separating from. But the thing is, remember, he's a Knight of Pentacles, so he moves a lot slower. His realizations come slower than hers does. But once he realizes them, he gets it, because he is a powerful manifester. He's coming out as a hermit and a magician. That's Virgo energy, Gemini energy. So he could be very analytical. But what I saw with the feminine is the feminine was in an energy of the 4 of Cups, where she feels like every time she takes on people's problems, like she's drowning in her own stuff. There's nobody for her to reach out to, for her to let that out on, right? And then for him, his isn't that he's drowning in his own stuff. He's in a crowd of people too, feeling alone. But they both share the energy of feeling alone and not fully seen. She feels like she takes on people's pain and baggage, and no one can take off her load. He feels differently. He feels more like, I feel alone, because there's always this conflict in my life. So she's dealing with the weight of other people, and he's dealing with the conflict of other people. And I guess you could say it's the same thing, but it's not necessarily coming from the same place. I feel like for him, it's more so of like, Okay, he feels it's his responsibility. Ooh. Ooh, I love when spirit makes the connection between counterparts. You get me? Because, you know, they be doing that work together. So remember how she feels the weight of other people on her. Like, why, like people can come to me with their problems. And so she's not dealing with conflict. She's dealing with the weight because she accepts it. He's dealing with the conflict, but he feels the weight too. But he feels like it's his responsibility to take care, provide, because he's the masculine. So this is like a masculine who probably pours out a lot into his family. Like he might have people that he take care of, but he deals with the physical aspect. She deals with the emotional. So she feels more emotionally weighed down upon. He feels more financially weighed down upon, right? Like this could be like he has money, but a sister is always asking for help, or a mother is always asking for help, or his friends, he's always the one in the crowd who has more, so he's the one spending money on everybody. Like that's his type of burden. You get me? But they're both dealing with that heaviness of always having people to take care of, but nobody takes care of them. So he's in a place where he's tapping into the Hierophant, and we know the Hierophant and the High Priestess, they're the counterparts, they come together. So he's looking at his spiritual self, he's looking at his values, what needs to change in his life, because he's soul searching right now. He doesn't want this outcome anymore. He doesn't want to keep being responsible for people. He feels like people only want him for what he has to offer. He does not know what it feels like to be loved for him. So, oh, that makes sense why he had problems with the feminine. So, in this is like, he feels like that's where his worth comes from, right? So the feminine is like the therapist. He's the giver. Um, but that's where his weight comes from. It comes from him having this belief system that all he's good for is providing. That's what makes him a masculine, not the fact that he doesn't know what that feels like to just be wanted for him. I think he also keeps secrets and hold things in because he feels alone, but he is in a space where he is trying to withdraw himself from these people who are always needing him to show up. So he's been growing. We have Ace of Wands. This is where his energy has been. Things from his subconscious has been coming up. He's probably been dreaming a lot too. So in his dream state, he's been seeing the conflict in his dreams. So his dreams are telling him what is wrong. So it's like, remember how we're talking about how we connect to spirit and how we're receiving messages and things like that? For him, he receives his guidance through his dreams. So in his dreams, he can see, it's like he's watching himself in the situation, and now he can see himself through other people's eyes. So he can see how people look at him and what they want from him, and then he could see himself from the standpoint of him outside of himself, where it's like, you don't truly feel valued for you. You really feel used, but you still keep giving of yourself when you're really sad. So that being exposed to him is then him now looking at his internal conflict, because until he changed that within himself, he won't be able to change his reality. He's going to keep having these type of conflicts. So he's just been, he could be listening to a lot of music. He could be journaling, writing down how he feels. But I feel like music right now is his source of therapy. He escapes through music. He connects. He even he feels seen through music. You know, I feel like most people that feel alone, they really connect to music on a deep, deep level. We have King of Swords, we have the Fool, and we have Death. Okay, so I feel like He's learning how to communicate from his heart. This is something that he's been working on because he does not express his emotions. So I don't think he knows how to. He doesn't know where to begin. And he's been sitting here thinking, like, how do I express how I feel? I've always been quiet and silent and just said, okay, 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 and give. But I need to change this. I want to be able to express myself from my heart. So even if he loves someone, he wouldn't know how to tell them. You get me? I think he might be able to send a song, but he wouldn't know how. Okay, so how do him and the feminine cross paths? And then we're going to wrap this up. My baby's been good tonight. They let me come do a reading for y'all. And you know, on the weekends, I'm like, at least one I could try to get out for y'all. During the week, I'm more available, but weekends, typically, I probably just put out like one video. All right, so how do these two connect to each other? How do they come into being with one another? We have justice sideways. So this is fate that brings them together. This is literally divine timing, the universe. So what happens when they do meet and come together? We have the Hermit. So they're going to do more soul searching with one another. They're going to help each other. So I feel like this justice is good karma for both of them. Because remember, they're meant to be together. But the thing is that when they come together, this is saying that they won't know that. They won't be ready for this union. They're just ready to meet each other because they're going to help unlock certain things within one another to do some more soul searching. What is that soul searching for both of them? We have the Mob. What else? We have Six of Cups. What else? We have Queen of Cups. What else? We have the Sun, Hangman, Emperor, and the Moon. So with that Queen of Cups, that's the heart space. But I feel like the feminine energy comes in as a Queen of Cups. So for her, what this masculine threw her into soul searching was she was still behaving the way with him like she did in the past, where it was like taking on somebody else's load, feeling like she needs to save him, save someone. This was a pattern that hadn't fully been healed, right? She might have thought she healed it because she learned certain things, but she didn't fully heal it. It was like, the thing is, like, when you love someone, we tend to go back into those patterns because if you're naturally a giver, you want to give to the person you love. But when you also learn that, like, when someone isn't reciprocating that energy, you got to pull it away. You don't need to question it so much on why they're doing what they're doing. You just need to choose yourself and pull your energy away because it's going to end up hurting you because you're giving of yourself what's not being reciprocated to you. Even if you could see how beautiful that person is on a soul level on the inside, you still have to make the choice to leave them where they are because unless they can see it and they can see you, they're going to continue to hurt you. And I feel like this was a pattern she hadn't fully broken. So when she met this masculine, she had to come to this place within herself. So if she had to walk away from him, because they both made each other really happy, there was a lot of joy here, right? But her perspective needed to change about, like, it doesn't matter if I'm in a relationship, I have to choose me, I'm independent. Even when you're in a relationship, you're independent. You are still you. You come first. So if somebody is not acknowledging your worth, your your they're not showing you that they appreciate you, you got to appreciate you enough to walk away. You get me? No matter how much you love them. So it's like that's what she had to work through. Like, I'm an individual, regardless. I'm not a possession. I don't belong to anyone. Even if I give myself to you, that's me giving you my loyalty because I love you, because I'm choosing you, not because I have to, you know? And and if someone loves me, there's certain things they're going to have to accept of me. When you have to start changing who you are to fit somebody, it no longer is love, but it's codependency, it's attachment issues, it's fear of not being chosen. Someone is supposed to love you exactly as you are. Now there's things you compromise in a relationship, but you don't have to compromise everything for love. And that's what spirit keep teaching us, right? It's like you are a god or a goddess, so you belong with a god or a goddess. You don't dumb down yourself for anybody. Like, gods and goddesses don't ask permission to be who they are. You get me? So it's two powerful people that choose to join forces. Like, you're supposed to love yourself so much that you don't feel that lack. So if you feel that lack, you're gonna more be prone to adapting to what someone wants you to be, rather than you standing on your own 10 toes and be who you are. It's like, you accept me as I am or you don't. So for instance, it's like, if this masculine was more materialistic and she's more not materialistic, she don't need to go be more materialistic to be with him, to please him, so that she can have his attention. She needs to stick to who he is. And if he if he um if he genuinely wants something, and he's basing it off of how other people feel about it, like, because of who he think he is in the physical realm, like, he needs to be more authentic to himself and go after what he truly want. But more than anything, he needs to be authentic to him, not living for others. So both have to be in that space where they're independent, right? They're individuals, and them choosing to come together, then they create partnership and they work together, because it's not about nobody controlling one another. It's about us building together, giving of ourselves to each other because we choose to, right? So she still had to learn that lesson dealing with him, and he had to learn how to be okay with people, because people are going to be mad at him for choosing her, because she's not somebody he's supposed to want. She's not someone that fits his image. She's someone that changes him, right? Or he changes to be with her. So she's more spiritual than him when she comes into his life. But she inspires that growth in him. And the people that he's leaving behind, they no longer have access to his King of Pentacles, his giving energy, because he has to let them go in order to be with her. But that's a choice he had to come to realize he wanted to make for himself, right? But he first had to love himself, that I have to stand up to the people that I'm like I've been doing for, that I love, to choose the person that I actually love, to choose the person that I actually love, because that's the path that I want to go. So when they come into each other's life, they're going to still change, help each other change and grow. We have the Hangman and we have the Emperor. Their perspective's going to change, and they're going to have to let go of each other, right, to grow. And then we have the Moon. We have the Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Lovers, Two of Pentacles, Temperance. There's going to also be betrayal in this connection, right? Y'all already know, we've been hearing this storyline. They're going to deal with somebody else, a Queen of Swords. And they're going to be juggling. But that's what, I feel like the Queen of Cups is the one that gets betrayed. But this was supposed to be in secret. You get me? But she ends up finding out. And this is what ends the connection. but this was a part of their growth. Just like I tell y'all, the twin flame, they betray you and you thought you were supposed to be with them and da-da-da-da-da. This masculine was still dealing with his twin flame, which was the Queen of Swords. Remember, he's a King of Swords. So he was still dealing with his twin flame, and that connection needed to be broken before he can move towards his counterpart. And he needed to recognize the truth between a divine feminine and a karmic feminine. So he was on his journey. He didn't know who to choose. Boom, we already know that storyline. But he ends up figuring out that the Queen of Cups was who he wanted to be with. So this needed to happen like this in order for both of them to grow and separate. And then during that separation is where he changes. He reflects, he learns about himself, he finishes up his growth, and then he's able to come back in. But this is why he's learning to communicate from his heart space, because he's going to offer his cup of love to her, right? And he's going to show her that he's changed, because he first had to lose it. He had to lose the love that he had in order to have that tower moment and rebuild himself into the new creation to get it back. But what's meant to be is gonna be, right? Like, they're meant to be together. We already saw that. So some of you guys, y'all about to go on this journey. Some of you guys already been on this journey, and union is coming up. I love that. Exactly. And that's exactly how it goes, butterfly. I don't do questions, you guys. So for my personals, you guys can check out the website, read through it. I let my messages just come from spirit. I don't want any information from you guys, because my job as a tarot reader is just to confirm your intuition, not to tell you what direction to choose or who to choose, or I don't interfere in that. That's y'all personal business, you get me? So I don't like to involve myself. Like, it's one thing to do the collective readings, but I don't like to involve myself in people's personal matters in that sense. Like, I'll read on the lesson between you and that person, because that has to do with growth. But I won't answer yes or no questions like, are we going to be together? And then do they love me? And things like that. I don't partake in that. But there's plenty of other readers that do it, and they're great at it. You get me? But that's just not what I feel called to. So Saul died for his breach of faith. He broke faith with the Lord, in that he did not keep the command of the Lord, and also consulted a medium seeking guidance. You over here being judgmental, Daniel? I thought the Bible also told you do not judge. To the very last end, I told him, even if we don't end up together, we need to acknowledge his connection, but he betrayed me. Oh. Yeah, they do not like acknowledging the connection. That's because they can't express them feelings. You pulled the same cards. You on the journey page. Spiritual law, I don't think we're supposed to read those questions, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I have a code that I live by with me in spirit. Thank you, Spring. Like, because that's just not what I've ever been called to. It's like, my job is to help confirm you guys' intuition, help you grow, help give you guidance, but never to meddle in other people's affairs. Like I don't even like to pull cards on my counterpart, to be honest. Like I have, you get me? And every now and again I do. Every now and again I do, but it's not a religious thing. And a lot of the times what happens is like I'll ask spirit about me, but they will come out. And I know how to read for me, but they will still come out. So, but I hardly ever, because it's like I still know that things need to happen naturally. Even if I know the journey, I I still tell myself, like, calling somebody new, keep moving forward. Like, I'm not stuck on my counterpart. I'm not waiting. I'm just where I am. So he has time until I'm really ready. You get me? But I feel like that's just divine timing, because I'm in a space where I'm trying to be consistent with my collective. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to get my life back on track, because the last 4 years I was rebuilding. Like, I have sacrificed a lot. So it's like, my goal right now is to just get my kids back. You get me? Get my kids back. Um, and I plan on getting them back by the end of December. And then I could really start sharing my story of like where, like, I have footage of me when I started reading, before I even read for the collective, where spirit told me what I was going to do. And spirit told me to film that, because there was a moment when I got here that I was supposed to put it out there. So it's like I saw my future, but he told me to do that because it's like people wouldn't believe you until they see it. You get me? So it's like I have the stages of my journey, and that time is like here. So it's like I've been focused on that. Like, I feel so content in who I am, and I know that I'm a vessel, and I've accepted that I'm a vessel. So it's like when it comes to love, I'm okay if I don't have it, or if I do have it, because I know that it's nothing that if I have needs that I want met, I could go out there and get it. And I have a couple people I could call. You get me? They will run gladly. But I don't even really want that energy connected to me, because that when you're strong in your energy like that, like, people really be hooked on you. People be obsessed. People be